Lewis Dairy Milk.
Headlines you can't get through your day without. On Power 101.7.
Now, look, I know we have Bill and Jessica Sports on the way, but big headline this morning, guys. We have ourselves the Super Bowl.
Yes, we do.
Yes, the matchup for Super Bowl 55 was set last night. Your Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who beat the Packers, will take on the Chiefs, who defeated the Buffalo Bills.
The headline on the AP
Was Bill called it? Is that what it says?
He did this weekend. Finally.
Right.
Finally, he got his picks right.
Right.
It says old Brady, young Mahomes.
Right.
It will be a different Super Bowl 55.
Well, Tom Brady headed to his 10th. That's right. Not 9th, 10th Super Bowl.
It is pretty neat that he's making history.
Yeah. And
he plays for Tampa. The Super Bowl is in Tampa. That's never happened, ever.
The level of play, I mean, look, I know for all the Brady haters, you guys are going to miss him when he's gone. When he finally retires, you guys are going to miss him because you're not going to see that level of play. You know?
I don't know. There are some haters out there for him. Some of the stuff I saw written.
That's his MO. Good.
I'm like, geez.
Good.
You dislike him that much?
But yes, Super Bowl 55 is set. You got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. So who you got? Let us know. 302-858-5117. Also, some sad news happened over the weekend. Larry King.
I know.
Yes, Larry King, one of the greats, died on Saturday at a hospital where he'd been admitted earlier this month due to COVID-19. Mm-hmm. He was 87 years old. Larry King hosted Larry King Live on CNN from 1985 to 2010. Unbelievable. And
I read a story real quick about him, and I didn't know this, but he started radio in the 50s. I didn't know that.
You didn't? Oh, he was a big radio guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They said that when he first started, it was in Miami.
Right.
He worked at a radio station, sweeping the floors. He was like a janitor there.
I didn't know all that.
And one of the DJs, left abruptly off the air. And he took his spot.
Oh,
and
has that
how it started doing celebrity interviews at this deli there.
Oh.
And he became,
Wow.
Larry King Live.
Well, look, Larry King was on. He did Larry King Live, and it didn't matter what happened during the day. You knew whatever the news story was, Larry King was going to have them on that night.
Yep.
Something could just pop off during the day, and you knew Larry King was going to be interviewing him later that night. Larry King was it. He was when he was on back in the day, he was the one. I mean, for years and years. Now there's so many options. You got CNN, Fox News, MSNBC. You got all the news channels. Plus you have all the, shows and, newscasters who do interviews and stuff like that. But again, it did not matter whether it was news, entertainment, sports, whatever it was. You knew Larry King was going to have him on later that night.
They said that people would want to interview with him, where it would be hard to interview with someone else. They wanted to interview with him because he was soft-spoken, his nature, he wasn't aggressive, and they knew that they would be able to sit down and talk with Larry King.
Yeah,
and that's how the interview would, be.
If you wanted to know what happened during the day, you would turn on Larry King to find out because you knew he was talking about it and had on whatever. And then Piers Morgan took his spot and the show pretty much tanked in the ratings. I thought Piers Morgan was okay.
He did okay.
But apparently he didn't, and the ratings tanked. People wanted Larry King. So,
man.
Crazy. Crazy.
87.
So.
R.I.P.
Let's see here. 339 texted in. Bill talking nonsense. about missing that guy, talking about Brady. Can't
See?
wait till he packs up and goes home.
I told ya.
Yeah, he's the
Some
best.
of the things I read online, they are ready for him to go.
Wow, by the time Patty's done, everybody will be long forgotten Mr. Brady. Okay. Well, we'll see.
I like this guy. Who is this?
I don't know. I already blocked him. I didn't get a chance to. I didn't get a chance to see.
More often.
But yes, R.I.P. Larry King. Also, some sad news happened before that. Baseball Hall of Famer Hank Aaron passed away. He was 86. Hank held the career of the home run record from 755, a record of 755 from 1974 to 2007, when it was broken by Barry Bonds. And of course, some performance-enhancing drugs. But Hank Aaron was one of the ones who did not ever use performance-enhancing drugs, just FYI. But yes, rest in peace to Hank Aaron. A sad day in baseball.
Alex Rodriguez did a tribute for him. And they posted pictures and posted, little clips and interviews and things like that. He said that he always talked about his hands and like how big his hands were, and talked about Alex and his hands. And he said, it must feel like you're holding on to a toothpick when you hold that bat. It was like a little funny thing that them two had and shared together. But he let us in on some of the behind the scenes of the relationship they had.
Wow.
So it was special.
Crazy. Jess, you have a couple local stories.
Local stories, yes. The Wicomico County Health Department is explaining the vaccination process at the Civic Center. So the Wicomico County Health Department is giving an inside look at the COVID-19 vaccination process that is taking place at the Civic Center. The first thing you need to know is that you do need to have an appointment. Also, when you arrive, someone will check you in, then you hop into line, socially distance, of course. And then when it's your turn, a nurse will take you to the vaccination station. They gather more information. You will get your dose. After that, you have to spend 15 minutes in the waiting area, and then they will schedule your next appointment for your second dose. So far, they are receiving positive feedback. It's being run very, very smoothly. The hardest thing right now is people are getting frustrated because they cannot get an appointment. So they are making sure right now that they have enough of the vaccine to go around. If they schedule an appointment and you get the first dose, they need to make sure that they have a second dose available for you when the time is right.
Okay.
Also in Delaware, I'm not sure if you heard about this. It was trending online over the weekend, especially on Saturday. But they are now saying that new systems take time to perfect. And this is what volunteers in Georgetown experienced on Saturday with their drive-through clinic.
I saw it.
Oh, man, the computers gave them access to the vaccine administration management system. That wasn't working due to battery issues because of the cold weather. So then they had to switch over to paper copies, and everything had to be filled out on site.
Well,
so can you imagine?
We were out at Pohanka,
Unbelievable.
and my wife texted me and was telling me how backed up traffic was going into the DMV. And when I came back up here Saturday, it was unbelievable. Both directions. I mean, traffic jams, people just sitting on the side of the road, like in line, waiting. I've never seen anything like it.
Yes.
It was way, way, way back.
It was for the community who's older, 65 and older.
Yeah.
Some people there were in their 70s, 80s. I saw so many people writing in line that they were there helping, their parents, their grandparents, and for them to have to sit in a car for some 3 or 4 hours.
Crazy. Well, I heard on Sunday they did it again, and I saw they were setting back up again, and it was a lot smoother.
That's what everyone is saying as well. And they even said that they were able to work through these glitches, and Sunday was much better.
Okay. Well, hopefully, we can just get those vaccines in arms, So, 6:44 will continue on the way. It's Bill and Jessica on a Monday. Good morning.
Power 101.7.
Stimulus checks, stimulus checks. Where's my stimulus checks?
Power 101.7.
On the east side where